Beta is a measure of an asset's systematic risk. We remember that beta is a measure of how an asset moves relative to the market portfolio. Now this formula shows us just that. It shows us that an asset's beta can be calculated by dividing the covariance between an asset's return and the market return by the variance of the market returns. Now, we remember that covariance can be expressed as the correlation between two assets times the standard deviation of one asset times the standard deviation of the other asset. Well, here we have two assets. We have asset I and asset M, which is the market portfolio. So the covariance between asset I and the market is simply equal to the correlation between the two assets times the standard deviation of asset I times the standard deviation of asset M. That term is in the numerator. In the denominator, we have the standard deviation of the market squared. Well, this equation can simplify further because those two terms cancel. Sigma M divided by sigma M is equal to 1. So our formula for beta can simplify down to this equation: the correlation between asset I and the market times the standard deviation of asset I divided by the standard deviation of the market. This would give us the beta of stock I. Standard deviation of the market is 9%. The correlation of stock J with the market is 0.8. We see also that stock J has a standard deviation equal to 11%. Calculate the beta of stock J. We begin with our formula for beta. The beta of stock J is equal to the covariance of stock J with the market divided by the variance of the market. Let's solve for covariance. The covariance is going to be equal to the standard deviation of asset J times the standard deviation of the market times the correlation between asset J and the market. The standard deviation of asset J is 11%. The standard deviation of the market was given as 9%, and the correlation between these two assets is 0.8. Therefore, the covariance of stock J with the market portfolio is 79.2. Plugging that into our formula, 79.2 is the covariance. The variance of the market is equal to the standard deviation of the market squared, giving us a beta coefficient of 0.9777. In this question, the variance of the market is 0.0064. The correlation of stock D with the market is 0.75. Stock D has a standard deviation equal to 13%. Calculate the beta of stock D. Again, we begin with our formula. The beta for stock D will be equal to the covariance of stock D in the market divided by the variance of the market. Let's again solve for the covariance. This covariance will equal the standard deviation of asset D times the standard deviation of the market times the correlation between asset D and the market. The standard deviation of the market will be equal to the square root of the variance of the market. We were given the variance 0.0064. So if we take the square root of the variance, we get 0.08 as the standard deviation of the market. So we plug that now into our formula for covariance. The standard deviation of stock D is 13%, 0.13. The standard deviation of the market, 0.08, and the correlation between these assets is 0.75, giving us a covariance equal to 0.0078. We plug this into our formula for beta, 0.0078 in the numerator. In the denominator, we need the variance of the market, which was given 0.0064, giving us a beta coefficient of 1.22.